How's it going, everyone? My name is Dylan Walker with Yahoo Esports. Today, I'm joined with Kaeo and Alan. And what do you guys do? Do you guys work for Blizzard? What do you guys do for Blizzard?
So I'm a tech director on Heroes of the Storm. So basically what that means is I oversee the engineering teams and kind of support them in any way possible to make all the cool stuff in the game.
Awesome.
And I'm the production director on Heroes, so I work really closely with our whole production crew, just kind of heading out, overseeing the coordination of the game, tasking, goal setting, structure. Work really closely with Alan, our tech director, Dustin Browder, our game director, Sam Didier, our art director. The four of us kind of chart the course for the game.
That's awesome. So my first question is for Alan. So Heroes is actually implemented in the same engine that StarCraft is run on, correct?
Yeah, that's right. We actually started from the same engine.
Wow. So were there any limitations going from RTS to MOBA?
It was actually a huge advantage starting with the StarCraft engine because the StarCraft 2 engine we had made so flexible. It's a very data-driven engine, and you can kind of see that through the arcade in StarCraft 2. People have been making some really amazing games in that game. So being able to start from there gave us a huge leg up. We were able to quickly start prototyping Heroes and try things out, and Heroes of the Storm really started as just a couple of people messing around in the StarCraft 2 engine. And then once we were able to kind of throw the full might, throwing a lot more resources on the game, we could really focus on Heroes and start implementing things specifically for Heroes. When we started getting deep into developing Heroes, we also started making iteration on the engine itself. So while initially we were sharing the engine, we've since split, and now Heroes is being developed specifically for Heroes, the engine, and StarCraft's being developed specifically for StarCraft. And so both games can kind of implement the features that make the most sense for them. So since that time, we've actually been moving and making a lot of improvements that are specific to Heroes.
Awesome. So I actually know that Heroes it's a MOBA, but before that we've had League of Legends and Dota, and these are all based on a mod for Warcraft 3, which originally was a Blizzard game.
Yeah.
So I want to talk also about you guys deal with balance and stuff, correct? So when a new hero is released, I know back in the day, it's been a little hit or miss. Sometimes the new heroes come out and they're kind of underwhelming and they don't perform so well, at least on the competitive stage. And then recently there's been heroes coming out that are really, really powerful and have been first pick and first ban. So was there a thought process behind that?
We have a dedicated balance team, so they work full-time on balancing heroes for the game. And our goal is always to release everything as balanced as it possibly can be, and a lot of work goes into that. The pipeline for making heroes right now is about 6 to 7 months that we take developing them, and a lot of that time is about validation and testing, and balance is a really key component of that. So our goal is always to release the most balanced heroes that we can. We want them to be right for their role, their position in the game, and we're really choosing heroes that we think fill a void in the game, and then we think we'll have a lot of utility for players. So there's never some conscious decision to try to make something underpowered or overpowered. What we're doing is working very, very hard to make a very balanced game. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we're a little off, but we're always ready to kind of react and do any changes we need to. And that will range from everything to slight numbers tweaks to make them in the right spot, to complete overhauls where we'll go in and change key abilities or the whole talent tree for a given hero. So you'll see us continually iterating on that. You also see of lately we've been making balance changes a lot more frequently. About every week, every other week, we can make balance changes. So we can jump in, we can fix things, we can strengthen things, we can nerf things as needed to make the game as balanced as possible.
Yeah, you were talking about complete overhauls. I know recently there was a really big patch that came out with the complete overhaul to my favorite character, Sylvanas, and Gazlo and Tychus, and some of the heroes that have been kind of struggling for a little bit. Now they're actually really good and really viable. So I'm guessing that some of these are more pipeline stuff where changes need to come, and then some of them are more immediate. For instance, at this event, Kael'thas, one of his abilities is kind of bugged out, so they had to ban him out. So I'm guessing there's a priority system for this kind of thing?
Sure. We're always weighing a lot of different things. We're looking at, we have a lot of data that we get from the game, so we see all the stats of how things are played, what the heroic ability selection is like. We see what talent selection is like. So we kind of can watch the whole spectrum of data that's coming in and see where people are making their choices and where they aren't. So we use that as a really strong indicator of areas that we need to focus on. But we're also listening to feedback. So this is feedback from our team, from Blizzard at large, and probably most importantly from the community. We get a ton of feedback, so many passionate players. They're very quick to tell us something that needs help, needs our attention, and we're there listening. So all these things we kind of balance out, trying to find, at a given moment, what should be our top priority of what we should be touching. And you'll see, again, we make immediate balance changes when something is broken. The Kael'thas bug, they're working on it right now. It's Sunday. I'm seeing an email chain right now about how they need to take care of it right now. And then those larger things where we really think we need to look at a hero holistically and really try to level them up across the board. That's a little more involved. Those things take weeks or months for us to do, but you'll see us hitting those as well. So we'll just kind of cover the spectrum, trying to get the game in the best place it possibly can be.
I know that there are other things to implement into Heroes in the future. You guys have talked about ranked seasons and Grandmaster and things like that. I know that you probably get asked this question a lot, but can we expect those soon? Also, Arena Mode has been announced as well last BlizzCon.
Yeah, so we're actively working on everything you just said,
Okay.
and just like Kaeo mentioned, we got guys right now back at the office working on these things. We do have an update coming for our ranked system that's going to include all kinds of stuff like Grandmaster, seasons, rewards, a lot of cool stuff. I think the community is going to be really happy about it.
You just made me so happy inside.
We're gonna have more details on that coming up soon here, but right now people are really hard at work on it. Also, Arena's still coming. A lot of cool stuff there as well. And again, we'll have more to announce soon.
All right, well, I want to thank you guys for talking to me, and for everybody else, this is Yahoo Esports.